trying, like you're gonna see the real LGD like we've been seeing throughout the lower brackets. So that's what scares me.
Let's see if they can do it. Let's get into it. The wait is over. The draft for the first game of the grand finals is now live. And we're gonna start things off.
Ready.
We gotta start things off with the next assassin for Elephant, LGD. They're gonna grab the TA and the Pangolier.
Interesting. So LGD have first phase Pango 3 times now, right?
Yeah,
and
I believe so.
I think they actually won the last 2 Pango games. Is that right, Nomad?
Yes, they picked it twice against Team Asta in the first phase, and they won both of those games, so yes.
Yeah, so they're probably the only team in this tournament that has prioritized Pango this early in the draft. We've seen it a few times as a last pick when basically there are no offlaners left. So this is really interesting to me. But LGD does have a lot of Pango players, so this is a very flexible hero for them. Faith plays it, Jinky plays it. So
I think it's also kind of like a, it makes you feel reluctant to pick Medusa. Because of that swashbuckle, the disarm, and then all the stuns that come through. And Medusa can't really burst through a Pango either, especially in the mid game with that shield crash. It's very annoying for her to play against. But they started picking this hero when Zhao 8 was standing in for them in those 2 games. Zhao 8's not there, but they still decided their first phases. So that's pretty cool. That's something a little bit different coming out of LGD. And Elephant here, they're going for some classic Nyx Assassin Darkseer first phase. That is not something that we have been seeing too much of in the first phase, the Darkseer at least. But we can see how they're still sticking to their, let's pick the best team fight that we possibly can with a strong fighting carry and just control the entire game.
And Nyx Darkseer is one of the strongest hero pairs in this meta right now, just because outside of all the lane pressure that they can apply and how well Nyx does with an Ion Shell, if the lane ever goes poorly in any way, Nyx is a tanky hero, Darkseer can just drop an Ion Shell on him and he farms the stacks for the Darkseer. I've seen that so many times. So it's just a very nice combo outside of the combo potential and kill potential. I've also seen some really cool vacuum into impales at the major. So hopefully we can see like some synergistic plays coming out. I do think Nyx and Darkseer as an opening are already stronger than the TA Pango because these 2 heroes can handle the TA. And if Nyx finds the Pangolier before he starts his Rolling Thunder, it should be just easy to finish him off.
Hey Mira, do you want a stat?
Yeah. Give me a stat.
In China, over this patch, Darkseer and Nyx Assassin have been picked 9 times, and it's won 7 of those games and only lost 2.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
So it is a damn potent combination of heroes.
Ooh, LGD with their Mars. I swear we've seen this 3-hero combination already from LGD. So that's how I know they're really busting out the big guns here. So the Mars is just going to be their offlaner. I mean, Faith Beyond Mars is one of the best I've ever seen. Good. And then you got so much team fight with that and quite low cooldowns too. Like I guess you would call it like mid-level cooldowns, nothing too big, but you can constantly fight, go back, get your resources, push out lanes, and then fight again. It's just so fast with these 3 heroes of LGD right now. I think this TA will be the safe laner.
5 seconds remaining.
So we know for sure Pango is going to be played by Jinkyu this game. And that leaves Elephant in a position where they can actually counterpick this offlane. Whereas Darkseer Nyx, it's not really that easy to deal with.
You don't think Pango might be played by Nothing to Say in this game?
Wouldn't that push the TA to safe lane?
Yep.
I
mean, against Darkseer, I guess like it's a bit difficult for the Ion Shell to be played, but there's always a potential. It really depends on the position 5 of Faith Beyond.
The potential is there for sure. Sorry, it's just that I have not seen Nothing to Say play this hero, so I couldn't really be able to tell. Like at the season 2 of the DPC, this hero is played by Faith Beyond and Jinkyu interchangeably, but I don't think Nothing to Say had a single game on it actually.
Damn, and Voka comes out from LGD. What is this?
Dire team ban.
I can hear your brains working and trying to figure this one out.
Well,
I'm
it's just a
trying to think
hero
about
to
it.
purge the Ion Shell,
Yeah.
right? They banned out Oracle, they banned out Enchantress, got to get the Tornado. That being said, where the Invoker's going is a
10
question.
seconds remaining.
So the TA looks like it might be pushed into the safe lane, and the Invoker
Yeah.
might be
5
mid,
seconds
or
remaining.
some crazy stuff's gonna happen. They're gonna play Invoker position 4 by Shinkyu, and
I
just run around and
really-
tornado the Darkseer.
I really wouldn't want to see that, to be honest. So Invoker, like Steven said, is good at purging Ion Shell, but like you want to be able to purge this Ion Shell surge target, especially Juggernaut. Like Juggernaut is probably my favorite carry to pair with Darkseer just to hit that really strong mid game timing and group up as 5 and take all the objectives. Juggernaut does it best because of obvious reasons of the healing ward. He just provides that much more in terms of grouping up. And like Blade Fury is also good. Like if he just presses it before the tornado comes out, he should be fine. He can still be surged and Ion Shell and just run in at the team. So to be honest, I'm a little bit, I don't know, something about LGD's draft just I don't like.
It doesn't click.
10 seconds remaining.
It doesn't feel right to me, whereas Elephant's
seconds
draft looks so cohesive right now. There's just it's obvious what their plan is. It's very synergistic. The Grim Juggernaut lane should be very dominant, so should the next Darkseer lane.
PSG.LGD.
Well, LGD still have their last pick to go here, and they're the last pick. So this could round out their lineup well. I mean, has LGD's lineup ever really made sense?
That's true.
Logically speaking. And I think that's kind of their strength. It's like even your opponents don't really understand, but they have a certain idea of how they want to play the game out, which the other people haven't really caught on to. The other teams haven't caught on to, and that's pretty much their strength. So let's see what they're gonna take here before we make our judgments. But yeah,
Let's say
Elephant draft
5 hero.
looks okay. That's a Brood Mummy. I mean,
So it is a support Mars.
Support
okay.
Mars. Nothing to
I've
say
seen this.
Invoker. Okay. Yeah, we talked about the support Mars, I think, yesterday quite a lot. They didn't do it. No.
That's interesting because I wouldn't have thought the Broodmother was a very good pick in this game, but the way that LGD want to play is just to create chaos with the Brood and just like constantly bring heroes into this top lane, and so that Elephant won't be able to farm as efficiently while the Templar Assassin hits their timings, and then they're just gonna run at you with all these like low cooldown team fight abilities. Elephant, they do have this Kunkka, which is excellent against Brood. I want to see him be able to make rotations to the Brood, get 2-3 kills, get a lot of XP and gold for his support and himself, and kind of just take over the game from there. I would say
He's
LGD
also-
early and mid game, they look so good, but if it does get to the super late game, it's gonna have to be Elephant for me.
I think when it comes to lane matchups, they've got the Kunkka versus Invoker. They have the strong next Darkseer lane. They have the Grimstroke Juggernaut lane. I don't think they'll struggle at all in the laning phase, which is going to give them a little bit of boost that they need to go into this mid game. LGD's draft is very low cooldown and brawly. I don't know. Something about it isn't sitting right with me. Do you guys not have the same feeling?
It's just a bit
I
different.
think it's the 5 Mars. I'm not used to it. The 5 Mars just...
You're uncomfortable. You need an adult. All right, what's your prediction for this one, Effie?
I like Elephant's draft more.
Okay, all right. You guys both going for Elephant, and in a shocking turn of events, I'm going for LGD. I think in this tournament so far, the high tempo lineups, the chaotic lineups have felt a little bit better. LGD with their low cooldowns, I just feel like they can brawl and they can win. And I reckon that's what this first game is going to come down to. So let's see which way it goes. As of course, I just want to quickly mention that these two teams have met each other before, and we had a similar criticism about LGD's draft back then when they drafted the Sand King and the Sniper, but that was an entirely different LGD. Now this team is playing very differently, but let's find out what's going to happen in this game number 1 of the grand finals between LGD and Elephant with our commentary duo of B-Cup and Mo Farah.
Thank you very much, Nomad. I was getting my dancing shoes on, getting hyped for this series, ready to go. We've been here before. Elephant versus LGD. Again, we just did this. Dota Pit Season 4. You guys were there. Everybody in chat, you remember this. Remember how when LGD, they're yet to win a grand final. And they've been here 3 times prior. You've got ROTK coach on one side, Jowie coach on the other side. What more can you want, Chinese Dota? Tell me, Chad. Tell me.
This is... Oh.
Tell me
they got
more.
the water now. Nice. So, LGD
Anything?
find the mid lane ward, but it gets denied. So, still an LGD win.
Well, you know, Mo is just put into shock. He doesn't know what to tell me. It's just... It's too exciting.
Oh no, I
for
was
Mo.
muted. Oh no. What a disaster.
I set you up. I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Yeah,
Tell me,
hit
Mo.
hit
Tell me. Whoa, this is so crazy.
Oh my god, this is I'm like acting so much more hyped than I was before as well. This is why it was great. Yeah, I mean I'm really excited for this one. Like I think this I coming into this like lower bracket final yesterday, I was really hoping we were gonna get this like Elephant IG rematch, because I thought IG had been really good the whole tournament, right? And then they kind of fall flat on their face yesterday. LGD, you know, winning with Pudge in the lower bracket final, game 2 and all sorts. So I don't know. This is to me it feels like, you know, Elephant have like tried really hard all tournament. They're like the person at school, like the kid at school when they have to sit an exam, they've like studied for days and like they've done everything they possibly can. And LGD are the team that like ask to borrow somebody else's pencil and they just walk in and ace it, you know? So
That was me back in the day.
yeah.
Used to forget my pen and be like, "What? We have a test today? All right, I got this." And then I would test pretty well.
It's just really exciting to see these two teams like battle it out against each other again, because yeah, you know, LGD, especially this game in particular, their draft is wacky, you know?
Yeah.
They have some real crazy things going on. Obviously flexing this Master 5, something that I've seen before. Not necessarily in this tournament, but in other tournaments and things before in other regions. So, yeah, interesting to see how it does.
They were trying to copy somebody's test, but they need glasses because this is the first time they've copied a test, and it's looking definitely a little bit interesting, that's for sure, in what they've chosen for this LGD lineup. And it was such a crazy lineup, Effie couldn't even back LGD. She went Elephant. I'm shocked.
Oh no! Oh, mate!
FY. Getting the
Is
kill
Innocence
there.
in trouble as well?
And they'll get Ame. Nah, he's fine with the God's Rebuke. But you know, there is drama between these two teams. There's bad blood. Both teams want to beat each other very badly. LGD tweeting a picture that was very well photoshopped, let me tell you, of two players shaking hands like the no tail fly situation. I saw it quickly. I didn't see who was photoshopped over the top of them, but you know, there are some tweets happening even for us here in the West. I can only imagine the posts that are happening over there. But yeah, I've heard there's bad blood, and every time these teams play each other, and I think Vichi's included, like those three teams, whenever they play each other again, or whenever Vici and OGD play against Elephant, there's more on the line than just a victory. Oh, that was a great tournament mid. I don't know if you saw that. Somnus just kind of styling at the moment a little bit.
I don't think lanes are coming out pretty even so far, though. Especially this mid lane, nothing to say is doing much better against the Kunkka than I thought he would. Like, I felt like the Kunkka's a really good matchup for Somnus, but nothing to say. Yeah, it's started off relatively well.
Yeah, I haven't really seen much Kunkka either. Cold Snap with the EMP, Somnus. Not working with much mana anymore. He does have an empty bottle to fill up, and that's exactly what he'll do. Won't fill it up completely as he's walking back to the mid lane. He maybe drops a sip and only gets 2 from that bounty rune. But yeah, he sips it right on up, and now he's feeling all right.
I think
16-1.
Oh, we should say as well, Arme's done incredibly well so far on the TA this tournament. Like, I think the TA's like not a safe lane that gets picked a huge amount by a lot of teams, right? But it is very potent, and he gets so much farm on this hero as well. You know, when we watch him play, he's Somnus.
Somnus He's in trouble. God's Rebuke's going to be there to get that kill. They'll take him out. Even bottled the water rune.
Yeah, maybe not expecting the Mars rotation to come quite through mid quite so early, but you know, there's 4-minute water runes. We've seen them fought over very often, and we've even seen the 2-minute water runes be contested sometimes. What was the game where LG just sent like 3 heroes mid at level 2? Was that against IG?
It was the first game of Vaster, wasn't it? It was 3 heroes mid. It was the beginning of the tilting, or the tilting, as it was seen as.
Heroes taking a lot of damage.
I will say, Ame this tournament has looked clean. Like his laning, he's secured CS and farm. I would say every game. I don't know if there's one that really sticks out in my mind where I'm just like, oh man, he had a really awful game. Even when he's playing those 1 pudges and he's playing the TAs here, like he's really securing farm. Oh, Yang! Oh, right into the hands of Innocence, who will kill off this Darkseer.
Yeah, I don't think this bot lane's going as well as they would have hoped for on Elephant. I know they first faced the Darkseer Nyx, right? So, but you know, they've read the draft right that the TA was going to be safe lane because Arme's been playing it so well. And then yeah, they would have really hoped for this lane to have gone a little bit better.
LGD in a lot of their performances, we've seen them take a 1k lead early on. I think they're kind of close to that mark or closing in on that early 1k advantage, and we've seen that when they found themselves in just great laning stages, which has been a common theme for them. And Furious is going to lose his courier Jinkyu, and well, it's still going right in all 3 lanes thus far for LGD.
It gets to the point though for the mid lane now as well. You see nothing to say. It's pretty difficult because the level 3 Tidebringer comes through, right? And it's just so much harass damage, even with the points in Quas to keep your regen up. So Kunkka really starts to dominate the lane, and I like that Super's hanging around mid as well. I think when you hit the level 6 on Kunkka, if you have this support that just hangs around mid, you have so much kill potential between the 2 heroes.
Oh, FY! Trying to TP out there, and now they've got the spear landing onto the Darkseer. Vacuum back, but it's not going to matter. Jinkyu gets the kill on the Yang. They've killed off 2 here on LGD. Now they're going to make a move over. Maybe the Tornado EMP comes out. They have the X on and nothing to say. With no mana, Somnus really can't follow this up with anything.
Yeah, they really wanted to get
off cooldown anyway.
They really wanted to get a combo off while he had full mana to get like the Ghost Ship, the Torrent, everything off. But well played by Nothing to Say early EMP. I'm really shocked the Darkseer died there. Not the Darkseer, sorry, the Nyx. But then you forget how much damage this TA hero does. It's utterly absurd.
And it's trying to deal with Nothing to Say, who currently in Southeast Asia is ranked #1. And he's kind of held that spot for a long time, I want to say. Ghost Ship coming in towards mid. Will land onto this Invoker.
That's kind of nice at the same time because it stopped the gank coming through because he has the boat buff on him, so he's definitely not going to die to that rotation.
Yeah, they both kind of looked as that Ghost Ship came in and realized this isn't going to be it for us.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But so far, pretty even. You do have Ame sitting top of the net worth, and we've seen his TA pop off before. He's already won 1-1. He's got the best items in the game, the Slippers of Agility.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's ready to go.
So,
ooh, quick wall down from Yang. Tornado over mid. Swashbuckle comes through. Somnus dealing with this cold snap, getting run down. FY
could impale.
2-man stun. We've got the double damage on the Pangolier, but it's not going to matter. They'll get the kill over mid while they lose Super in the top lane. Yang had dropped this wall prior, and just while Ame was farming, it wasn't really much aggression from either of them. But Yang felt it necessary to just drop it down, and it really didn't do anything to this TA.
yeah, it's kind of, you just want to annoy her as much as possible though, right? Like if you can just bully her out. TA does deny the bot tier 1 as well. Faith Beyond going to take the top tier 1 at the same time. So nice net worth boost there for OGD. I think where Elephant shine though, and where we'll see them, is obviously when they've got this like really strong 5-man going. You know, when they hit their first round of items. Yeah, I was wondering whether he might go mech on Darkseer, but I think the straight Ags is so good this game. I know you're playing into the Tornado from the Invoker, but even so...
We'll see if that ends up being a problem. Nothing to say on this Invoker. Has shown his prowess with this hero in previous games. One of the things we really haven't spoken about was Faith Beyond, though, right? He hasn't really been touched. He's taken out the tier 1 tower top. He's sitting third in the net worth and kind of getting away with anything he wants to do at the moment.
Is under attack.
I'll be honest, I've hated watching Brood this tournament. I really detest this hero.
Arachnid.
It's just so frustrating, like, to play against. And I feel people's pains when it starts to just take over their whole jungle and everything, right? It just farms so quickly. They do have, like, the Darkseer, though, for the wave clear, and they have Grim for the wave clear, especially good against the spiders as well, so... Are you ready for the Stroke of Fate one-shot against the Broodmother?
That's what I'm really hoping for. Tornado comes out, hits on a 2 Spike Carapace there from FY, has nothing to say. Backs off a little bit from the aggression being put on by Elephant over in that lane.
He's getting first sight and BKB on the Kunkka as well. Interesting. Potentially indicating that, yeah, they really do just want to, you know, run up, barrel down lanes, try and create that early pressure with the Darkseer Kunkka combo. Because, like, when the Darkseer gets this Ags, the Kunkka and the Jug are already relatively strong. But
Right.
with the Iron Shell on them, they'll become, yeah...
We have to see if they're going to get there, and now they're going to make the rotation over towards the top lane. They'll throw it down the arena. They've got themselves the spear. Ghost Ship comes in. Torrent lands on a Faith Beyond. They're finally trying to take care of this Brood, and they will.
Yeah, but it's 4 versus 2, and they still lose one of their heroes, unfortunately, because of the spiders. So Super goes down. Oh, no, he
Super
wants to keep
being
the
the
catapult alive.
sacrifice.
Yeah, he's going to have to glyph because the catapult, for some reason, just decided to run at the tower. That's unfortunate, mid.
So Ame going into the Deso after finishing off the Dragonlance goes over to these Ancient Creeps and will just about have that first Mithril Hammer. And again, mid, nothing to say, just trying to deter these heroes from coming in, but they go after Innocence. Tornado comes out, that hits onto the Kunkka. They've got the Rolling Thunder to follow it up from Jinkyu. It hits onto FY, who's already used that Spike Carapace, so he's dead. They've already lost one. They've got 3 more here mid. They'll put the Surge as well as the Iron Shell out on a Somnus, but it's tough to catch this Pangolier. Have the X, they'll pull him back, and they should be able to get the kill, at least on a 1, while the wall is down right on top of Faith Beyond. But he's got more webs to weave and more areas to leave.
Yeah, Ame just farming away at the same time, though. So taking these 4 versus 5 fights in LGD, not so bad. You know, the Jug has to come over to think about contesting in the fight as well.
Arcane Boots finished off for Grimstroke.
I like this hood purchase on the Brood. I'd be interested to see whether it turns into a relatively early pipe as well. It's a great pipe game up against the Darkseer, the Grim, the Kunkka.
We've seen that plenty of times come out for the Broodmother, right?
Oh yeah,
You
for
just
sure.
have the Aurora Borealis on the Spiderlings.
Ame?
Torrent lands on Ame. They've also got Yang here. Eld Strike, Somnus taking some damage. Now the Ghost Ship coming through. Ame needs to be very careful. Pull back via the vacuum. They get the kill into Super while this is happening, and they'll take out Ame. 2 heroes that come on over and take out this TA relatively easily.
Feels like they're getting stretched across the map, though, right? They have to commit so many heroes to find these kills. They're just losing, like, their tier 1 mid at the same time. Like, they're just losing trades, so... This would be a good pick-off, though, if they find it on Faith Beyond. FY giving really good information here.
Yeah, but nothing to say is with them, and they're going to go after Yang to start. Will blow up this Darkseer. Nothing to say now, getting hit by that Vendetta as well as the Impale, followed up by a Stroke of Fate. He'll throw down the EMP. FY now with the Spike Carapace. That'll lock down, nothing to say for a second. But coming over is Faith Beyond as the Inkswell lands and stuns up this Brood. Tornado only lands on FY. He's getting run down. They've got themselves the Ice Wall. That'll slow up this Nyx Assassin. The Spear pushes Somnus away as Innocence is trying to survive. He's getting hit by these tower shots as they glyphed up the tier 2. But everybody's surviving on LGD in this exchange, and they lose 2 on the side of Elephant.
Can I say, by the way, I've been so impressed with the Nothing to Say Invoker this tournament. Because before this tournament, we didn't really associate Nothing to Say with this hero too often, right?
Right.
He's just more known for other things, like, you know, like the Magnus, for example, and stuff, so...
They're going to go in onto the Kunkka. They've got the wall down. They'll finally finish off Somnus, but now the Soulbind comes through, so the Rolling Thunder is going to be stuck in place. They'll vacuum them back. They have the Inkswell. The controller's there, but nothing to say. He's getting a little bit low. They've got the Arena coming out from Innocence. That will save nothing to say, but what can they do afterwards? Omni Slash comes through. Eurus gets himself on the board. They get the kill onto the Pangolier. Nothing to say. He's able to TP out.
Oh, that's so... The fact that they don't get the Invoker there, so rough for Elephant.
Another spear landing. Spiderlings doing a lot of damage here on an FY, but they've got the help from Eurus, who has that Battle Fury, and the stroke from Super.
Didn't connect the God's Rebuke on the Nyx, unfortunately. I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think the Nyx dies anyway, but... He has 2,000 gold on the Brood. I'm really wondering what he's going to go for next on Faith Beyond. This Invoker's so farmed for, like, its lane that it has against this Kunkka right early on.
What surge is this?
Not the easiest lane, that's for sure.
Oh.
Oh boy. Coming in. Let's see what they can get out of this.
Nice Carapace from FY.
We'll salve up. And there's the pipe.
So he did finish the pipe on the Brood. Okay.
Yep.
Arme has the Desto now as well, so... Oh no, Super.
Now looking good for the Grim. EMP, God's Rebuke, one more right click coming in for nothing to say. He's on a killing spree. He's 3-0-4, so involved in 7 of the 12, but yet to die in this game thus far. And again, they're just opening up even more space for Ame, who's now taking Roche, getting himself the first Aegis, and this is the way you do it with a TA. You take the early Roche that you can and kind of stride from there, and of course there's a double damage afterwards.
He has Radiance queued up on the Kunkka now that he's finished his BKB as well.
That's
I'm not sure about that.
Slow.
Like, it would be an okay art in this game, but I feel like the way the game's going, they're going to need, like, items that do more earlier on.
They land the spear, they'll lock down Yang, and with a Meld Strike, Ame will blow him away. Also, demolish this tier 2 tower in the top lane. LGD, like you said, they're stretching him thin, and it's becoming really problematic for Elephant to deal with.
Like, this Jug's trying to find farm on the map and everything, but this Darkseid felt really underwhelming so far today.
Super getting run down. He'll die. Faith Beyond bullying supports. Now dominating.
I think this shows, like, what the panel was saying earlier. I think LGD... I think Effie was saying this, that when LGD are playing at their best, they look like the best team in the world, right? You know, we've seen some performances from them this tournament where maybe they're not quite taking it seriously, but they still look really good. But when LGD are on it, they're on it, you know?
Oh.
So... Oh, Eurus. And it feels like this is one of those games where they're just...
On it.
They're just all over the place. Like, they're defending their wards here, you can see as well.
EMP, they've got the X as well as the Torrent. The Ghost Ship comes through on a Faith Beyond. And they will soulbind him, but he's not bound to anybody. And that's all they're going to do.
They get the D ward at least, so that's something, but yeah, not what they would have hoped for.
And this Faith Beyond Brood is doing exactly what Theben alluded to. It's causing chaos. It's stretched them thin throughout the entirety of the map, right? Now, it may not be chaos in terms of like, oh, you have 50 kills, but it is turning into making Elephant's game very difficult.
Yeah, and I was really worried about their support duo with the Pango and the Mars so far, but they're playing so aggressive.
Arena forcing that BKB. That fresh 9-second BKB now used and on cooldown for 70 seconds, but that's not going to stop them from pushing in. They get the kill to Super, they'll take out FY, the Omni Slash bouncing around, not really going to do much. Lands in the Rolling Thunder, they've got the wall. Oh, Eurus getting blown up here by Ame. They have the tornado right into the ice wall. Vacuum back, you're still moving slower than a snail. And that allows Ame to blow him up with a Meld Strike, getting a triple kill, and moving his kill score up to a 5-2-3, and an 18-6, 6K lead here for LGD.
this TA's just run rampant. I honestly, I'd be really surprised if they get this hero again this series. It feels like it just shoves, it does so much damage at this point in the game, right? And the fact that they have the ability to flex it between 1 and 2, it's so hard to play against.
Dire's bottom tower
There's the
is under
BKB
attack.
for the TA going into the Ags next, and we've seen the power of this. And usually when you've got that early first Roche, you build into the Ags, and if you have to wait too long, you just build the shard anyway. But
Dire's bottom tower.
they want that second Roche, they want that shard, they'll have that Ags, and we've seen how strong it is on TA.
The thing about the TA is as well, it enables these more greedy 5 heroes, like the Mars and stuff as well, which we know LGD like.
Iris can't really step into this at all. Yeah, I mean, a greedy 5 Mars coming through, and he's going Yules after the Tranquils. Like, he is playing quite greedy. He's still above the Nyx Assassin in gold. Not only that, but how many times have we seen Shinkyu just have so much gold? Look at him. 6,100 net worth. He's got an Orb of Corrosion. He's got the Basher ready. Like, this guy is farmed. He's ready to go. And where has he found the space for this farm? You had TA farming the map. You had Brood taking exclusively top farm. And somehow, Shinkyu, he's still there. He's still got a lot of net worth. And he's keeping up with the Darkseer.
They have so much of the map to play with, though. It's no wonder that Shinkyu has so much net worth, right? When they're as far ahead as they are, and the Brood's able to cover such a big area of the map, Elephant don't really have the huge amounts of spaces to them that are safe. So,
and you can see that based on their net worth too, right? They've kind of been funneled into just giving Eurus the majority of the farm, even though Kunkka's higher at the moment. But with the Battle Fury, it's not the quickest man to afterwards because he doesn't have a lot of the map to work with.
But look where they're farming. Like, they're taking farm out of the Elephant side of the map, right? Like, right next to their tier 2s and all sorts. Not only are they taking it for themselves, yeah, you squeeze the space.
He still has that Radiance queued, and he's almost got that Sacred Relic. I'm not sure that's the item that's going to make or break this game, though.
I don't know what he buys, though, that would make a difference. I was just expecting him to build, like, smaller items because the game was in such a difficult state.
Right.
The thing is, though, they have such good team fight. All it takes is one fight from Elephant, and the game can turn. Like, you get some, like, insane Vac into, like, Ghost Ship combo, maybe Vac into Impale. And we've seen how much Inkswell can do this tournament.
I mean, it's certainly there for them. The question is, can they grasp that and get that to happen? And it's going to be tough. LGD, they've played well around these fights.
Oh, he has a Yules on the... Oh, unfortunate. Has a Yules on the Mars instead of Blink, so...
And now he's ahead of both supports. Guardian Greaves for the Broodmother, so they have Sustain, they have the Pipe as well. Like, this is looking really crisp right now from LGD. They're going to smoke on 3. They've got nothing to say, as well as Innocence here with Shinkyu. Just trying to make something happen and put the pressure again onto Elephant, who are trying to take over their outpost, but now might find themselves in a bit of a bad spot. They're 200 gold away from having TA with the Ags, which would be giving the ability of Ame to jump into this, but they've got the Rolling Thunder coming around the back. They've got the Ghost Ship coming through on an Innocence. They had the Arena, but it's not going to do anything. They get the gun to the Mars. They look over as the Deafening Blast hits onto Eurus with the BKB Popeye, nothing to say, as well as Ame. And vacuum back onto 2, puts them in the Soul Bind. They run back into the wall, at least on the Pangolier. They've got the Blade Fury right on top of the Pangolier. They'll get the kill in a Jinkyu, and that's at least 2. They haven't lost anything on the side of Elephant just yet. Tornado comes in, that lands on a Eurus, as well as Yang. That'll keep them from chasing. Ame, he survives as well, but really doesn't put much input into that fight. And all of a sudden, Elephant get a bit of gold from that and sustain a little bit more. And that puts them now into the Radiance on Somnus.
And the thing is, that whole fight, like, we've seen how important that cliff vision is in the dire top jungle to be able to control the area. Oh, Eurus.
Blade Fury away, nothing to say, trying to keep up. He's got the Tornado to follow it up. That lands on Eurus, keeps him still, but the Spear doesn't land. They have the Meld Strike that hits onto FY, as well as the Cold Snap. They're trying to get the kill, and Ame doing so much damage, they'll throw down a Meteor. But Elephant are not dinosaurs, so they won't go extinct after that lands on the map.
Theban, the only dinosaur here, B-Cop, we've established that.
True.
But yeah, so this vision they have on this cliff that you can see at the moment, like, yeah, it just completely wins them that fight.
Ooh.
They just see everything.
Nothing to say,
Oh,
coming over
super.
once again. Cold Snap and the EMP. Nothing to say with another kill. They've silenced up, nothing to say for a second. They're going to try and surge out, but the tornado lands. And now Yang might be in some trouble, but the Impale comes through, and nothing to say. They've got the wall down, but there's the Arena from Innocence. Somnus with the BKB. He's trying to help out, but they end up losing Yang. Blade Fury from Eurus. Ink Swell coming through as well. It's not going to land on the Mars, who will use himself up and avoid the X, but they already get the kill on FY. Nothing to say is going to get credit for that one. They'll take it to the Mars, and it ends up being a trade. With the buyback coming out from Super, it's a 3-for-1 trade in the favor of LGD.
Oh, they had to commit so much just to kill Innocence, though.
Now they're in a Roche on LGD too.
If they'd managed to catch Nothing to Say with one more stun before he got his BKB off, it would have been great for Elephant, right? But the fact he's able to get it off there just completely turns the fight.
So this is going to be Shard for Ame. And... oh, wow. Never seen things kind of drop outside the pit like that before. Ame, he's going to have that Shard. He just picked up the Ag, so that's a big spike for TA, where you've now got the ability to move with the Psionic Projection. You have the silence that's now on the traps. You could jump on someone, they're silenced for a long time. It's 3.5 seconds based on how long the trap's been charged for, and most of these traps that are hiding around the map are fully charged. They've been plugged in.
Can you? I don't know if Effie or Theban though, because Nomad won't. Again, I'm gonna put that out there.
There you go.
Can you use the TA Ags while you're soulbound by the Grimstroke? Because I'm pretty sure you can use it in coil. So I'm assuming the same mechanic applies. I have no idea, but
I'll have to see.
'cause I was thinking they don't really have any BKB piercing stuns, right?
Oh, there it is. Oh, God. Two-shotting. Ami is ripping through Super so quickly, they might change his name from Super to Great. As Ame just rips through the bottom tier 2.
Alacrity TA. As if that hero didn't do enough damage already, B-Cop. It's just what we needed.
Yeah. Doing enough damage that the Crystallis is in the backpack.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And it looks like they're gonna... Are they letting this go? They're just not ready to defend. I don't think they expected LGD to just push up so quickly into the high ground.
Dire's middle tower is under
Assuming they would probably back off a little bit. It's cheese on Shinkyu.
EMP thrown down, that'll drain Somnus
mana.
of his mana.
It's a shame if you wanted to cast some spells, wouldn't it? That would be...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh,
Quiver
perfect
TA?
drop
Oh.
for Quiver
Yeah.
TA.
Yeah.
As the
Daedalus
Daedalus
in-
is finished. I don't need
Daedalus
the
in the
Daedalus
backpack.
in the backpack. Going to the
Nice.
Ag's Blessing, so you have a spot for that Daedalus.
Radiant are scanning.
And she farms so fast, I think the Ag's Blessing's fine. You know that slot's going to be replaced so quickly.
They've got the arena down on a Eurus. They catch him. Sunstrike, Swashbuckle coming in, but the Blade Fury is going to be used by Eurus to try and run away. They got the Soul under the Pangolier as well as the Invoker. They've got the Vacuum Wall down, but Ame starting to hit into these heroes on the side of Elephant. They'll get the kill on a Yang. FY dusted up. Swashbuckle comes through on the Spike Carapace, and Sideblade also hit from Ame, and that's going to mean that he was stunned for a second as well. That allows this Kunkka to land the Torrent, but they've got the silence on Somnus. They'll continue to move in on FY, get the kill onto 2, and start to take the tier 3 tower. But moving over, looking for Somnus, they've got the X as well as the Torrent landing on Ame, but the damage coming into Eurus. He's not too comfortable with this. Sunstrike off the mark as he Yules up into the air via Innocence's Yules, and they will just do so much damage and clean up Eurus. He does have buyback. Faith Beyond gets credit for that kill. But Ame, he is just looking like the sun out there because when Elephant get too close, they melt. And with that, Elephant will call GG and LGD with a quick game number 1 victory.
Wow. I mean, Elephant for the whole of this tournament feel like they've been able to like get this 5-man going before a lot of teams are ready to fight and kind of like be involved early on. But we've seen LGD this tournament. They are not willing to give anything up for free, it feels like. And obviously LGD's laning stage has always been so good this tournament. Yeah, really worrying for Elephant of a game 1 because it looks like LGD are in full tryhard mode today. They are.
Oh, yeah.
Question is, in what game do they pick the Pudge? Is it going to be game 2 or game 3? You know, how many games do they have to be up to be willing to beat them with the Pudge?
Yeah, Pudge, Techies. When are they bringing out just the weird things? And now that they have a 1-game lead, maybe game 2 is where we see that from LGD. I mean, a quick game like that brings me back to what Theban said a couple days ago. The average victory time for LGD is so small. It's like 22 minutes or some craziness like that, and maybe extending because that game was 28 minutes and they still got the victory and they look good the entire time. Like LGD look clean right now and they have a 1-0 lead over Elephant. And well, there's still plenty of games to come, potentially 2 more, potentially 4 more. We'll see what happens as we get back with game number 2 after we take a quick break. So grab yourself